Hey guys, welcome back to Sabers Forever. I'm John, and today I'd like you to say hello to my little friend. This is the DLT-19 by Blaster Factory, and it is just massive. And a lot of fun. It's jam-packed with all the latest tech, and I am so excited to show it off. So without further ado, why don't we just jump right in, and I'll show you exactly what's going on. Alright, so this is the DLT-19. This is supplied by Blaster Factory, and they did offer it on their website for a time. I know that it's really tough to get blasters shipped and have them arrive, from international locations. I experience it doing DL-44s and A180s and stuff. Sometimes they get lost and it really sucks, but yeah, they got a whole crate of these, and they offered them at a great price. So Jason from New Hope Workshop thankfully jumped on one and had it shipped right to me, and Chris Skinner helped me develop this box, which it actually does come with a 3D printed box already, but there's no greeblies or details on it, and it's just kind of like a space holder, because this is a big opening, because normally this would be where the chain would come through, because this is a replica from a real gun. But yeah, Blaster Factory gets it. They put the T-grips on. They make sure that it looks like accurate to whatever photos they have for reference, and then they ship it out to you in a great big box. So I'm very excited to get my floor real estate back. That'll be great, because that box has a lot of packaging, and it's very big, obviously. This thing weighs about 14.5 pounds, so it is very heavy. Jason, you're going to want to get a strap or something to put on this to, help carry it. It's very weighty. But the results of this cannot be denied. So anyways, the main chassis for the whole build is basically this box, and it houses a OLED screen. I'm going to take this off now. This face plate is held on with magnets, and so you can see there's the OLED screen. I actually have the cover tape on the front of the OLED still, so Jason, when you get it, just remove it. Keeps all my grubby finger oils off of it until you get it. But Proffieboard V3, 12 neopixel strip, a 18650, and then a high amp kill switch right here. The faceplate has the greebly here moves up and down for the switch, so this just has to go on flat and make sure that this is in the same orientation as the finger on the switch, and it'll go on just fine. You'll see it's a real nice fit. But you flip that up, and then the board is activated. You get my new custom boot up that Chris Skinner designed for me I didn't even request it. He's just awesome like that. Thank you, Chris. And this is the auxiliary up here, so this button. So this guy will change your modes and your fonts, and it'll play music. You have a trigger that's on, obviously. There's a switch behind the trigger, I should say. And on all modes, the mode order is stun for mode 1. Obviously not on this font. But stun for mode 1, blast or kill fire for mode 2, and then full auto for mode 3. And each font has those 3 modes. So this one I actually utilized for the blaster. In my knowledge of this gun, which is not that much, but I've never seen it or known it to have any kind of stun mode. So first mode is a triple burst fire. This font, I would also like to point out, is the first one that I've gotten to design with Jesse from Kyberphonic. So Jesse, thank you very much for your work on this font. It really is invaluable. So anyways, change the mode to mode 2, and now we're in standard blaster. So you get a single fire. And then mode 3 activates full auto. So really, really awesome. And there is no ammo count defined for this blaster at all. The main reasoning for that is that there are methods to get OLED screen to display a blaster count, and there is a way to get these neopixels here to display as an ammo count, but I was unsuccessful in my research of developing that quick enough for this build to get to California. So it's going to be going out like this, but I am doing an E11 that is a personal project that I'm definitely going to be utilizing a similar build. So Jason, you'll eventually get an update. But this is actually your battery level. So this is your voltage on the battery. And I don't know if you'll notice it's dancing right now, but that's just because it's in a weird transitional state for how to display it. But if you pull the trigger, you'll notice it'll die a little bit, and then it'll go back because right now these pixels aren't engaged and it's not playing any audio. But as soon as you do that, it starts draining the battery, so you actually get a real read on what your battery situation's like just by looking at this. And it'll always default to this for every font. So you'll know what your charge is at when you're trooping, and if you need to pop a new battery in, it's real easy. You just turn this off, take that off, and then, wrong hand, take out the battery, and then you're good to go. Put a new one in, put the faceplate on. Easy. So that was the main thing that I really wanted. Bugged out a little. You might see some funny things with this. It's a Proffi, and this prop file is pretty old. I wanted to use Brian Connor's, but he was unavailable this week, so I just moved forward with my standard prop file for the blaster, and the functionality is still here. So there's a lot of new stuff being developed, and it's just a weird interim. So anyways, that's the DLT font. And then to reload, which I was talking about, there's no defined ammo count, so you can fire this indefinitely, but to reload, you just hold the auxiliary button, and it'll do a reload sound. So there's no purpose for it right now, but if there was an ammo count enabled, then eventually it would stop firing. You would get like an empty clicking sound every time you try to fire, and you would have to reload. So you can also play music if you double tap the auxiliary. So this features a 6.5 minute track by John Williams from the original trilogy. Just so I don't get red flagged, I'm going to stop that there. But to change fonts, which it'll display the name of the font here, you would hold the auxiliary for 1 second, and it's basically quicker than a reload, but faster than just tapping it.
This is a rebellion, isn't it?
So A180, and I'm just going to demo these all real quick, so I'm going to stop talking.
Bulky religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid.
DL44.
Yeah, you pull the trigger.
A little bit more to it than that.
And then 14.
Doesn't seem to take a hint, this guy.
Westar 34. This is really more of a episode 2 kind of blaster font. So we have flamethrower for full auto. Kids love this one. Geonosian blaster. And then Westar 34.
I don't believe it. That's Clone Force 99.
So this is Bad Batch. So DC-15, I think. DC-15B. Somebody can correct me in the comments. But the first one was their pistol. And then this is the carbine that Wrecker uses. And then Omega's bowcaster.
Mouth blaster.
And then Mouth Blaster.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew, pew. DLT-19.
And then this is back to the DLT-19. I didn't actually even get to talk about the barrel at all. So yeah, let's talk about that. So this has the Proffi real quick, and the OLED and the neopixels and all that. There's a 31mm speaker right here, and it's facing this way. So it sounds great. All the audio can come out of here, out of this top, and it kind of leaks out of everywhere. But essentially, this is a 31mm speaker with that's inside of a 3D printed housing that holds a 7/8 blade. And inside is the blade. It's a normal blade assembly with 87 neopixels on both sides. So they're sandwiched together back to back like that. And they're displaying out the sides this way of the blaster. And then the tip, I'm sure I'm putting a video or a photo up right now, but the tip has a custom machined holder for a 9 neopixel PCB to hold in the actual barrel, the muzzle. The barrel has the blade, and then all that is hardwired to the actual Proffieboard. I think in future builds, anyone that's interested in getting one of these installed, I would do it with a normal neopixel connector in here, so I could ship this actually in half, because the only thing holding this whole front on is this single screw. So you could literally, when you receive it, put the blade into the holder and then slide the barrel on and then put the screw in, and you're done. That would reduce on shipping costs. So Jason, I am sorry I didn't think of that sooner, but only after I assembled this I was like, dang, that would have been a really good idea. So anyways, this video is actually incredibly long. I thought it was going to be short, but there's a lot to talk about. So let's just wrap this video up here. I guess the only other thing I didn't address is that, yes, this tripod does open up and is usable. Yeah. Big gun. So in the future there will be an E11. That'll be much more fun to handle. But this thing, not looking forward to holding this for the end of this video. Anyways, let's go there. Alright guys, that does it for this video. If you like what you see and you want to see more builds that are awesome just like this one, I'd say you should probably like and subscribe, because there's definitely a lot more content coming out that's going to be just as equally awesome as this. So if you have any questions, this was a unique install. Obviously I don't offer everything that I'm capable of doing on my website, but if you have an inquiry of something like this, maybe even a Millennium Falcon install, that would be really cool. Please reach out at john@sabersforever.com. I'd be more than happy to catch you up on all the latest tech and let you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. And if you have a KR Sabers install that you need done, my website, sabersforever.com, has all of your needs fulfilled, so please check that out. And every once in a while, maybe not soon, but every once in a while check the main page to see what's in the ready to ship section, because I'm constantly going to be updating that in the near future with master chassis installs. So those will just be available to first come first serve, and it's not a ready-made product that there will be a lot of. If you see it, there's one. So until the next video guys, may the force be with you.